My mother-in-law has been secretly replacing my birth control pills with vitamins for months. I found out when my pharmacist called about a medication error when I married Jake 2 years ago. His mother Carol made it clear she wanted grandchildren immediately. At our wedding reception, she literally asked when we'd be giving her grandbabies during her mother of the groom speech. Jake and I had agreed to wait at least 3 years before having kids. We wanted to travel, save money, and just enjoy being married. But Carol had other plans. She'd drop hints constantly. My friend's daughter just had the most beautiful baby. I saw the cutest nursery furniture at the store today. I am not getting any younger. When I'd politely explain that we weren't ready yet, she'd get this tight smile and say something like, well, sometimes God has different plans than we do. 6 months ago, Carol started visiting more frequently. She'd always offer to help around the house, organize our medicine cabinet, do little tasks that I appreciated at the time. She was particularly helpful with my weekly pill organizer. I have a few prescriptions I take daily, and she noticed I sometimes forgot to refill it on Sundays. Let me handle that for you, sweetie, she'd say. I am so organized with medications from taking care of your father-in-law. I thought it was sweet. She'd come over Sunday evenings, sort my pills for the week, and we'd chat about family stuff. It became our little routine, but 3 months ago I started feeling weird, more tired than usual, nauseous in the mornings, emotional over random things. I figured it was work stress. I took 3 pregnancy tests, all positive. Jake was shocked but excited. I was terrified. We weren't financially or emotionally ready for this. When we told Carol, her reaction was intense. She started crying happy tears, immediately began talking about baby names, and mentioned she'd already been looking at cribs just in case. Something about her reaction felt off, but I was too overwhelmed to think about it clearly. Last week I went to pick up my monthly prescription refill. The pharmacist, Mr. Chen, looked confused when he handed me the bag. Mrs. Anderson, I need to ask you something. Have you been taking your birth control consistently? I told him yes, every day for years, never missed one. That's strange, he said, pulling up my file on his computer. Because your insurance shows you haven't actually picked up birth control in 4 months. The last few prescriptions filled under your name were for prenatal vitamins. My blood went cold. What do you mean prenatal vitamins? He showed me the computer screen. 4 months ago, someone had called claiming to be me, saying my doctor had switched my prescription from birth control to prenatal vitamins in preparation for trying to conceive. The person who picked them up had your insurance card and ID, he explained. I assumed it was you, but now I am wondering if there was some kind of identity mix-up. I knew exactly who had my insurance information. Carol handled all of Jake's insurance paperwork and had copies of our cards for emergencies. I drove straight home and checked my pill organizer. The birth control pills looked exactly the same as always, but when I looked closer, I noticed they were slightly different. Same size, same color, but the tiny imprint numbers were different. I took one of the pills to Mr. Chen. He confirmed it was a prenatal vitamin, manufactured to look nearly identical to my birth control brand. Carol had been systematically replacing my birth control with vitamins for months, ensuring I'd get pregnant without knowing it. I called Jake at work, barely able to speak through my rage. When I explained what I discovered, there was a long silence. That's not possible, he said. Mom wouldn't do something like that. But when I told him about the pharmacy records and the insurance claims, his voice changed. That evening we confronted Carol together. I laid out all the evidence, the pharmacy records, the insurance claims, the fake pills. She tried to deny it at first, claiming there must be some mistake. But when Jake demanded she explain how someone else got my insurance information and ID, she broke down. I just wanted you to experience the joy of being parents, she sobbed. You were wasting your fertile years waiting for some perfect moment that might never come. Jake was furious. Mom, you sabotaged my wife's medication. You tricked her into getting pregnant. I gave you a gift, she screamed. Someday you'll thank me when you are holding your beautiful baby. I looked at this woman who had violated my body, my trust,